It's time for the KQEG-TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight, a WIAA Division II regional semifinal between the Menomonie Mustangs and the Central Red Raiders. The stream of today's game is made possible through the generosity of Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your award-winning residential specialists on Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. Today's game is also sponsored by Schumacher Kish, Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Citizen State Bank, a banking experience like no other with locations in La Crosse and Onalaska. Kish & Sons Electric, industrial, residential, commercial. Kish & Sons Electric, your electrical contractor. The Breakfast Club and Pub on Main Street in downtown La Crosse. Breakfast with a flair. O'Reilly's Auto Parts, better service, better parts at an O'Reilly's near you. The Arterial Bar and Grill at 16th and Jackson, a La Crosse tradition. Why not make it yours? Ace of La Crosse in the Shelby Mall, your work and play headquarters. Festival Foods in the Village Shopping Center. It's the little things at Festival Foods. Clayson Buick GMC. Discover the difference at Clayson Buick GMC on La Crosse's south side. Now let's go courtside at Central High School with KQEG's Nick Ragnar and Carl Greenfield.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's the KQEG Game of the Week. This might be the game of the century, Carl. We're here. Carl Greenfield, Nick Ragnar in the Crow's Nest here tonight at Central High School. Jesse Von Ruden, one of the top cameramen in the nation, here to bring
I think
this
the top cameraman in the nation.
I agree. I mean, he has his critics, but he does a great job getting a good shot of Menomonie down there on the floor. And Carl, it's a big night of basketball tonight. It is the first regional matchup for the Central Red Raiders.
You know, they've had about a week and a half off, too. They last played last Tuesday. So, you know, I think the Mustangs are coming in here looking to maybe catch them off guard, catch them sleeping, and pull out an upset tonight.
Now, before we get to the game, Carl, I just have to ask, it's been a while. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Doing pretty good?
It's my birthday tomorrow.
It's your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah.
And you're spending your birthday's eve here at Central High School. You couldn't ask for a better day
depending on the result tonight, I might be back here tomorrow night.
That's
so
right.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's definitely right. We do have a big contest tonight here between these two teams. What people maybe don't know, Carl, these two teams played each other in the regular season in favor of the Central Red Raiders.
It's been about 3 months since these two teams saw each other. It was about the third game of the season, and the Red Raiders won convincingly, 92-53, led by 32 points from Johnny Davis, and they really spread it out that night. Devon Fielding got involved, had 11 points. Jordan Davis, 18 points there, 4 3-pointers. So they pretty much controlled that one from the opening tip. Now, the Mustangs are coming off a win on Tuesday night against the Logan Rangers. And from everything I was hearing about that game, they took control early. They pushed the tempo, and, you know, that's two teams looking to move the tempo because the Central Red Raiders do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Central Red Raiders obviously had a phenomenal season. They're only 2 losses in the Mississippi Valley Conference to the Onalaska Hilltoppers. On the other end of things, maybe you folks don't know a lot about Menomonie. They do have 3 Mississippi Valley Conference wins. They played a lot of those teams in the conference. Logan, Sparta, and Holman, they got wins over those 3 teams over the regular season coming in here. And as you had mentioned, that big win over Logan, 10-13 overall in the season, just 2-10, 6th in the Big River Conference. They have a big matchup here tonight to go one-on-one with what many people would presume is a possible state favorite in Central.
And that 2-10 record is a little misleading. The Big Rivers Conference is always difficult, no matter what the sport is. It's usually a deep conference. You got your Eau Claire schools, you got Chippewa Falls, you got Menomonie is in there with them. You know, you see Menomonie with a lot of success in football with their Joe Labuda and their program, but their basketball team has been up and down over the years, and that's the beauty of high school basketball. Is everyone makes the playoffs. And if one team can get hot, it doesn't matter what you did in the regular season. If you were 2-10 in your conference, if the Mustangs can get hot, they can go on a run because they got to be in the tournament.
Absolutely. Really quick before we take our first break prior to the starting lineups, Carl, I have to ask you, coming into this game, I think you'd think that Central is the favorite. If you are Menomonie, and this is kind of twofold here, what do you think they really need to do to be able to stop the Central Red Raiders?
They're going to need to control the turnovers. One of the things that Central does with regularity, the only team that in this area that I know that does it better is the Aquinas girls, is points off of turnovers. They love to push it down the floor, and if they get a steal, they're going to go for an easy bucket, maybe a slam dunk from one of the Davis twins. So the Mustangs have to control the ball. The other thing they're going to need to do is control the boards. Terrence Thompson is one of the bigger, broader centers that you'll come across, and the Mustangs don't have somebody that physically matches up, at least on paper, to Terrence Thompson's size down low. So I think if they can control the boards and they can control the turnovers, they'll be in good shape.
Absolutely. Big game here at Central High School. We are just moments away from the national anthem as well as the starting lineups. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with those starting lineups after this. You're watching the KQEG Game of the Week.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so the Breakfast Club and Pub should be your #1 stop for breakfast or brunch. Try the Breakfast Pub Burger with egg, bacon, hash browns, and provolone cheese served up on a bun. How about some homemade corned beef hash or one of their famous tater tot dishes? They have a full bar, so have a Bloody Mary or mimosa. Try one of 16 beers on tap. The Breakfast Club and Pub at 214 Main Street, open every day till 4, under the yellow awning in downtown La Crosse.
Welcome back, everybody. Starting lineups for the Menomonie Mustangs. Number 1, 6'8" sophomore Noah Feddersen. Number 5 is a 5'8" senior Davis Barthen. Number 10, a 6'3" senior Dylan Becker. We got number 11, a 6'2" senior Ethan Wurtzel. And number 13, a 6'5" junior Brock Thornton. For the Red Raiders, number 3, 6'4" senior Brecken Austin. Number 5, 6'5" senior Johnny Davis. Number 15 is a 6'6" senior Charlie Misevich. Number 21, 6'7" senior Terrence Thompson. And number 23 is a 6'5" senior Jordan Davis. Head coach of the Menomonie Mustangs, Matt Riley, assisted by Bryce Supri, Pat Bundy, Paul Simpson, Ricky Weeble, and Jaron Paulson. Head coach of the Central Red Raiders, Todd Fergott, assisted by Mark Podesky, Tony Service, Rod Pop, Mike Brudos, and Trevor Schultz.
Schumacher Kish has been serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years, traditional services or prearranged funeral plans. It's comforting to know they'll be there when you need them. It's Schumacher Kish, La Crosse, La Crescent, and in Onalaska. Tip-off just moments away here. You see the Central Red Raiders are gearing up. It looks like a little bit of a powwow here before tip-off against these Menomonie Mustangs. And I've called a few games for the Central Red Raiders here early on in the season. A lot of their early offense, to me, seems like feeding Terrence Thompson in the post. Let's see how things kick off here with Terrence Thompson coming down with the board. And right over in the corner now, going up, and a nice lay-in there. The lefty, that's Brecken Austin, the senior.
Somebody forgot about Brecken Austin, and he was completely unguarded, able to drive the baseline. Man-to-man defense from the Red Raiders to start.
And here come back the Menomonie Mustangs, looking to keep pace with the Central Red Raiders here, as the Red Raiders looking like they're out here in a man-to-man defense, as you'd mentioned, Carl. That's number 11 at the top, Wurtzel. Barthen there, one of the team's leading scorers throughout the regular season. There's a three. No go, and a nice board there by Jordan Davis as he comes down the court.
Good look there for Brock Thornton. Just didn't fall.
Johnny Davis now up against this 2-3 defense. Austin over to the future Badger and Jordan Davis. Thompson up hard and gets that one to go as well.
The three places you can beat a zone defense: three-point line, high post, and short corner. And that's where Terrence Thompson was, that short corner, and he was able to make it work. One of the underrated parts of the Central Red Raider team is their perimeter defense. Johnny and Jordan Davis are known for their scoring, but their perimeter defense is excellent.
A nice pass there by Wurtzel down to Feddersen, but the ball a little loose there. Wurtzel getting the first two for the Mustangs tonight. Down the court comes Central. Johnny Davis, a quick three, and it's good. 3 for 3 is Central, 7 points early on here in the first half.
You know, Johnny Davis has never met a three-pointer he didn't like, and that was an easy one.
In the corner for Johnny Davis, here comes the Mustangs again, looking to keep pace. Central off to a very hot start, a couple minutes in, already having 7 points. And there is a three for Thornton. Nice board there by Thompson. Central actually scored more than 50 points in their first contest in the first half. To see they're off to a pretty quick start here tonight as well. Austin at the top.
Central's reached the century mark, I believe, once this year against the Logan Rangers.
And another three, Jordan Davis. And we've already got our first timeout of the night. And as Central takes their timeout, we'll take our first timeout of the evening. Your score, Central 10, Menomonie 2. You're watching the KQEG Game of the Week.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter.
Hey, Dave.
Like giving Jeff his ladder back before he takes it back. Or where to put the food when you both get the groceries. Or the doggy door that just became a raccoony door. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your 2018 American Standard Building a Higher Standard Award winner. Call Carey today for your free estimate.
I often hear from people that a bank is just a bank. Well, I encourage you to talk to our customers, our employees, or check out our reviews to find out why you can't live without Citizen State Bank. I also encourage you to stop in one of our offices, since the difference will be felt within seconds, and is why we are known to have one of the best cultures in the industry. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you stop in to check out what all the buzz is about? I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
But unable to connect. It's been a rough night thus far here for Menomonie, unable to make buckets on some of those wide open shots.
They've had 3 good looks from the three-point line and just haven't had any of them fall. Looks like Devon Fielding getting set to check in.
There's a three for Brecken Austin, almost getting it to go. Thompson with the big board, and he goes back up. That looked like a two-pointer there for Johnny Davis.
And that's what we were talking about in the open, was controlling the rebounding, and Terrence Thompson made his presence known.
That's going to be hard doing that here. Over now to 5. That's Barthen. Up top, Thornton. And back over now to Thornton. In the corner is Feddersen for 3. Unable to get that one to go as well. It seems like they're getting good looks, Carl, just unable to connect.
Yeah, even the big man, Noah Feddersen, getting involved.
Jordan Davis already has a 3 to his name tonight. Johnny in the corner. Good again.
Johnny Davis with a quick 8 points. Getting the night started off.
Comes Menomonie now, and Johnny almost trying to bait Menomonie into a turnover there. Up top now to Barthen. This is Feddersen. Wurzel. A lot of fast ball movement here. Thornton. And unable, just nothing falling here for Barthen and the Menomonie Mustangs in the first half.
Noah Compton also going to join the lineup.
Johnny wants another three, and he gets it. 3 threes for Johnny Davis here in this first half. He got an 18-2 score with 13 minutes to go. And the Red Raiders are starting off their state tournament bid this year hot.
And that was one of the things I was questioning, was would they come out cold having had a week and a half off without any gameplay? I guess not. Todd Fergutt always gets these guys prepared so well. I know Todd well. He goes to my church. I see him on Sundays, and he's just a wonderful, good man, and he runs a great program.
Wurzel unable to get that one connected as well. Loose ball. Thompson comes up with it, and back down the court come the Red Raiders. Menomonie, really, I think a majority of their shots have come beyond the arc, but they've just been unable to connect. There's a pass into Terrence Thompson, and one. Showing off the guns is Thompson, and he goes to the line to add another.
You can't leave Terrence Thompson that open down low. Noah Feddersen picks up his first foul.
Compton coming in now, as well as Fielding.
And Devontae Parker checking in for Menomonie, a 6-foot junior guard.
There's been a couple of games this season. Parker able to put up some points for Menomonie, maybe trying to get some juice off the bench. Thompson making the extra at the line now. 21-2 game here. And again, it's we're 6 minutes in here.
It's a pretty high pace that they're keeping up here.
Yeah. And now Menomonie maybe looking to slow things down a little bit, try to find a good shot, maybe not settle for those threes that they've been unable to connect.
You see Devon Fielding and Noah Compton out there now. Those two are going to be counted on in the future for sure. Finally a three-pointer falling for the Mustangs too.
Yeah, Barthen got that three from what seemed like another area code. And if you're Central, you'll probably take that all game long here as they work on the outside, a little back and forth. Whoa, Jordan Davis.
Oh, I'm going to get an over-the-back foul on Noah Compton. Good effort there. Right idea, just got a little too much body.
And back in comes Masewicz.
You know, on almost any other team, Charlie Masewicz would probably be the leading scorer.
Yeah, he's pretty good actually, yeah.
He's accepted his role on this team as the glue guy, and I really enjoy watching him play.
Yeah, that's the thing about these Red Raiders. I think a lot of times people talk about, you know,
it's
star
the top
power
three.
they have,
Yeah.
but they have a lot of really good players and really good roles, and it says a lot about what Todd Fergutt's been able to do. Outside now, Wurzel now, a little bit of a skip pass, and you don't want to do that when you got the Davis brothers on the court. Austin coming back in here, Brecken Austin, the senior, giving Jordan Davis a little breather on the bench.
Will be short-lived. Give him a chance to get a little water and refresh.
Wurzel now being guarded by Fielding.
Yeah, Central back into the man-to-man. They ran the zone just for a couple of possessions.
And looking down low, and unable to come up with that pass. And
good save there.
Yeah. Another three is Barthen unable to connect there. And what a board. Johnny Davis knocking over his own man, and we're going to get a travel.
As he ran into Noah Compton holding his face. I think he took an elbow from his little friendly fire there. Yeah, Davis Barthen not afraid of the long three-pointer. He's like a Steph Curry clone.
Yeah. Barthen, again, the team's leading scorer throughout the season. And what are we going to get here?
I think we're going to get another foul on Noah Compton, and if that's the case, that's two on him, and he's going to need to have a seat.
Yeah, here comes Jordan Davis back in to check in for a short-lived presence by Compton there. And Menomonie resets. 21-5 game here, 10:30 to go in your first half of this regional semifinal.
Right now, this is the time to get Feddersen involved down low. Little bit, he's given up a little bit. Is Masevich, excuse me, covering him on the down low.
There's a shot by Feddersen. Nice board there, able to go up was 13 there, Brock Thornton. And he gets fouled on the way down, and it'll be another Menomonie inbound, and Central making a few errors here on this side of the floor over the past few possessions.
Brecken Austin picked up that foul. That was his first. 3 team fouls.
Oh, nice little cut there. Over to the corner there, 13 Thornton, unable to connect, and Feddersen, though, coming up with the board there.
He's about a foot taller than Devon Fielding, and his arms just extended way above him.
There's a 3, unable to get that one to go, and Menomonie.
This one's going to go against Brock Thornton.
Yep, can only get so many offensive rebounds there, and unable to corral that one as Thornton gets the foul. And you can see, look at Todd Fergutt now checking Thompson back in. He needs his man down there to get some boards. That was an ugly possession there for the Red Raiders, giving up a few too many possessions. Back down the court, here come the Central Red Raiders. Johnny Davis at the top. And Fielding looking to slow things down maybe a little bit here.
This is a rarity from the Red Raiders. They usually like to go with tempo.
Thompson, Austin, Jordan Davis posting up, kind of double team there, going up the left, and it's good.
You know, your good players can make contested shots with their strong hand. Your great players can make it with their offhand.
Nice bucket there by Jordan Davis as we get a couple of check-ins here.
Ethan Wurtzel picks up that foul. So we got 3 team fouls apiece.
Boker comes in for Menomonie as Jordan Davis is able to add the extra one. And Menomonie, after a Barthen 3, have been
ice cold.
Ice cold since.
Yeah, Central riding a 19-point lead just 9 minutes into the game.
You know the thing, I mean, that Menomonie just hasn't been making their shots. If some of those would have went in, the game
would be a game.
Totally different.
Absolutely. That's a tough matchup there for Davis Barthen.
That is.
Jordan Davis just has so much more length.
Yep. But he's also got the speed. He can keep up with you from sideline to sideline. Barthen looking down low, and again, they're running some good offense here. Motioning around the court here. Guys are getting open for those. Oh, what a block!
That's what I was talking about.
I don't know how you're supposed to get a shot up if you're Barthen in that scenario.
I mean, you're giving up 8 inches of size. It's pretty difficult.
There's a 3, unable to get that one to go.
That possession has to hurt a little bit if
does.
you're Menomonie. You spent all that time and you got nothing to show for it.
That's Fielding now. Over to Jordan, Austin. And Red Raiders looking to reset maybe a little bit here. That's Jordan Davis looking down low. Back up top to Austin. Going into Johnny. Going up. Oh, and a block there by Parker. And going to get a foul.
Ooh. Devontae Parker got a piece of the first shot, and then realistically, it almost looked like he got a piece of the ball on that second one. You could have called a jump ball.
Festival Foods in the Village Shopping Center is proud to support Wisconsin's high school athletes. Visit any of the 33 convenient Festival Food locations in Wisconsin or online at festfoods.com. Festival Foods, it's the little things, locally owned and community involved. Festival Foods.
Porter Protaski checking in for the first time. Johnny Davis sinks them both.
That's right.
Protaski, just a sophomore, 6'3". He and Devon Fielding, Noah Compton, those guys are the future for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, to think that this team's not going to be good for years to come is kind of silly at this point. These guys have definitely proved themselves here on the varsity hardwood, as Menomonie now coming back in, and Feddersen running into the big-bodied Thompson. Barthen, oh, there's a steal, Johnny Davis, breakaway. Oh, and he's unable to make the dunk. Oh, you hate to see it.
He went for a little extra power.
And Menomonie unable to capitalize on what was a 5-on-4 break there, but Central able to get back down the court, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more successful dunks from Johnny probably over his career at Wisconsin. I'm sure he's okay with that one.
Bennett Freed, the freshman, checking in, number 12.
Yeah, Bennett Freed getting some time here in the later half of the season with the Central Red Raiders. Has done some really good things on the court. I like what he's been able to provide for these Red Raiders. It's very promising for the coming years. Here's Johnny Davis looking to respond after that missed dunk, trying to get his own board, unable to get it there, and Feddersen, a great board here for Menomonie back down the court.
Johnny started off hot and has cooled off a little bit.
Parker at the top. That's Barthen. Seen him quick trigger a couple of threes. Thornton driving to the lane. Ooh, a little bit of a
got
push-up
away with that
there.
one. Brock Thornton, his first 2 points, averaging just short of 10 points per game.
Yeah, really, Menomonie's whole top leading scorers are within just a few points of each other, I think.
Yeah, Davis Barthen, 13 points. Noah Feddersen, 13. Ethan Wurtzel and Brock Thornton, 10 apiece, pretty much. So
Porter Pataski there, and Freed on the other side of the court. A little bit of confusion. Maybe you have that when you're playing sophomores and freshmen. And another miss there by Johnny Davis, and the board by Menomonie. Oh, maybe getting away with
Johnny Davis got away
there.
with a foul. He grabbed the jersey of one of the Mustangs.
Barthen looking for the three. A nice board there by Thornton. Out to Feddersen. Man, Menomonie's just got to start making a couple of these baskets, and they're right back in this game. They're getting chances here against the Central Red Raiders team. And it seems like the past couple of minutes might have been the opening they needed, unable to capitalize. And let's see if the Red Raiders can right their ship. Oh, that's going to be an over and back.
Or just completely out of bounds.
Or just completely out of bounds. Somewhat of a mass substitution here for the Red Raiders.
Misevich, Austin, and Fielding in. Johnny Davis, Porter Pataski, and Bennett Freed all sit down. Devontae Parker going to sit down. Looks like back to the starting 5 for the Mustangs.
Boker now. Up top to Feddersen. Nice little turnaround jumper there, and again another basket. Oh, looking to go.
And that's going to be a shooting foul.
Put back there was Wurtzel, and was fouled on the way back up.
Brecken Austin now has 2 fouls. And I see Johnny Davis already at the scorer's table.
4:44 to go here in the first half, as the first one is good for Wurtzel.
Central started off very hot and has cooled off a little bit. And you know, Menomonie has had an opportunity to crawl back into this one, and they just haven't capitalized. Still 26-9.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, don't let the score necessarily fool you. I mean, Central is a really great team. They started off really hot, but there have been a lot of opportunities, missed opportunities, as there's a three by Jordan Davis at a perfect time for the Red Raiders to build that lead back up to 20.
And that's the risk you run as Menomonie, you know, missing some open opportunities, and now that three-pointer could propel the Red Raiders into another run.
Feddersen now looking to, oh, here comes Johnny Davis to his brother Jordan. And a foul and the basket is Jordan Davis.
If you're going to foul somebody, you got to make it count, and they didn't do so, and Jordan Davis gets the and one opportunity.
Ace of Lacrosse in the Shelby Mall is your work and play headquarters. Whatever you need for that home improvement project, you'll find it at Ace. When it's time to play, check out Ace Sportsland for your hunting and fish supplies. Talk to the experts at Ace of Lacrosse in the Shelby Mall. Back down the court, here comes Menomonie after that miss by Jordan Davis. Again, just bucket after bucket, unable to connect. Is Feddersen there, and back down the court come the Central Red Raiders.
Noah Feddersen 0 for 4 from the field. Just hasn't gotten anything going. And part of that's a credit to Charlie Misevich and Terrence Thompson.
In is Johnny Davis. Oh, a little bit of a, looked like they might have got a piece of that ball from the back end there, and it'll be Central ball. In comes Parker. 3:30 to go here in this first half. 31-9 your score. And Central running their play here. Jordan Davis looking for the three was
Misevich. Got a good look at it.
Connect. Wurzel over to Boker. Wurzel again here. Parker. Feddersen.
He thought about that free throw line jumper, and then Terrence Thompson made him think otherwise.
Like as you mentioned before, the length of some of these players on Central. Ooh, nice little inside pass there. And they go right back out. Parker looking for the three is Thornton, unable to connect, and Thompson comes down with the loose ball there. 2:40 to go now. Little jumper there.
It's a good look for Devon Fielding, just didn't fall.
Back down the court, here comes Parker. Looking for the inside pass, unable to get it go. A little bit of a loose ball here, and we're going to get a foul. Looks like on Central there. That's going to be on Fielding. And Logan Hollinger coming in for, it looks like, the first time here tonight.
Number 20, a 6-foot sophomore for the Mustangs.
Just under 2:30 to go now in this first half. Parker now. Going up to Feddersen, top of the key three. That one just rolls right off again.
0 for 5 now for Noah Feddersen.
Johnny Davis responds with a made three of his own. It's kind of been his bread and butter thus far tonight.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4 on 3-pointers. Yeah. He's 1 for 6 on 2-pointers. He's been struggling inside the arc.
Wurzel up top now, being heavily guarded by Johnny. And over to Parker, the lefty, unable to get that one to go. Thompson with the board, and he's bringing the big boys, bringing the ball up himself. Jordan Davis wants a three of his own from the other end, and he gets it. We're going to get another timeout here as Central extends their lead 37-9. We're going to take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. It's the KQEG Game of the Week.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
The Arterial Bar and Grill, a tradition in La Crosse. Their chef is cooking up specials every night. Try Wednesday, it's wing night. Get 5 giant wings for just $3 with 13 different homemade sauces to choose from. Thursday, try a gyro basket. And Friday, it's batter fried fish. Check out their Facebook page. Download the Untapped app on your phone for special events like tap takeovers and live music. Breakfast on Friday and Saturday at 8 a.m. and serving breakfast all day Sunday. The Arterial at 16th and Jackson, a tradition in La Crosse. Why not make it yours?
Welcome back to the KQEG TV Game of the Week. And here comes Menomonie after a full timeout. 37-9 your score here. We've got about 1:30 to go here, and Central coming out in that trap defense. Shaking things up a little bit, even though they are looking pretty good here thus far in the first half.
They bring out that trap out of timeouts pretty frequently, and Terrence Thompson, you got to credit his development as a perimeter defender.
Gonna get a foul here.
You know, I realize we're working on boys basketball tonight, but news coming out today, Lexi Donarski of the Aquinas girls named the Wisconsin State Player of the Year.
Not too surprising. She has had a phenomenal year.
And a phenomenal career, reached 2,000 points about a week and a half ago.
Oh my goodness. You don't see Thompson taking too many of those, but that was about as pretty as putting a knife through some fresh butter.
Terrence Thompson.
Oh, here comes Thompson. Oh.
He's got a very soft touch. People don't realize that out of Terrence Thompson, who's got 10 points so far.
About 5 points there in a matter of just a few seconds as Thompson. This trap defense doing what it's supposed to do here against the Red Raiders. Oh, getting on the floor, getting dirty. Here comes Parker.
I can still feel what floor burn feels like.
Oh, just the worst pain.
You get in the shower the next day and it just kills.
Yikes. You can just hear it and it gives a,
yeah.
I can feel it on my own skin.
That unmistakable sound of skin scraping the floor.
That's why if you see me when I go to the YMCA and I play pickup ball now, I've got one of those like full-on morph suits on. I cover each part of my skin.
I went old school. Just bare arms, bare legs, let's go.
You got the short shorts on?
No. My legs don't look good in that.
I don't know.
Nobody's do.
Oh, and unable to get it there as time expired for Menomonie. 42-9 is your score. I was going to say, you kind of look like a short guy, Carl.
Not in the least.
Not in the least, eh? It is halftime. We're going to take a quick break here as the teams head into the locker room. We'll be back with your halftime report in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. It is the KQEG TV Game of the Week.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so the Breakfast Club and Pub should be your #1 stop for breakfast or brunch. Try the Breakfast Pub Burger with egg, bacon, hash browns, and provolone cheese served up on a bun. How about some homemade corned beef hash or one of their famous tater tot dishes? They have a full bar, so have a Bloody Mary or mimosa. Try one of 16 beers on tap. The Breakfast Club and Pub at 214 Main Street, open every day till 4, under the yellow awning in downtown La Crosse. It's halftime on the KQEG-TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Menomonie Mustangs and the Central Red Raiders. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages.
Clayson Buick GMC for 40 years. Clayson has been your choice for quality new and used vehicles. Serving as your La Crosse Buick and GMC dealer of choice, Clayson services the entire tri-state area, offering fair prices, outstanding customer support, and the best service and parts department for all new and pre-owned Buicks and GMC products. It's Clayson Buick GMC. They have cars there.
That's what I've been told. Now, I work for an auto repair facility, and I've only ever taken my cars there, but I had a recall that had to be done on one of my vehicles.
Okay.
Took it to Clayson. They treated me very well. They offered to give me a ride. I had actually already arranged a ride, but they offered to give me a ride to work and get me taken care of, so that was really nice.
That is really nice. That's a place to go. If you're listening to this broadcast, they support basketball, football, a lot of our high school sports here, so shout out to Clayson Buick for doing some great different things. As Carl now, hey, it's Lori. I know Lori. How's it going, Lori? I do know Lori, yeah.
It's
How's
Lori
it going?
Martin Lockley.
As we share a hug, Carl, how about you give us stats? This little stat update here in the halftime.
For the Menomonie Mustangs, it was slow going. Ethan Wurzel has 4 points, 3 for Davis Barthen and 2 for Brock Thornton. And that's the end of that list.
Whoa.
For the Central Red Raiders, only 4 guys scored. 16 for Johnny Davis, 14 for Jordan Davis, 10 for Terrence Thompson, and 2 for Brecken Austin. So not a whole lot of guys in the scoring column, but a lot more baskets went in for the guys in white.
Not a ton of time left here in this halftime show, Carl, but what do you do if you're both teams and you come out? I mean, you look at the score differential. If you're Menomonie, what do you do? If you're Central, what do you do?
Unfortunately for the Mustangs, I think you pretty much can look at this and say, well, we've had a good season. And unless something unbelievable happens in this second half. So if you're the Mustangs, you reset, you tell your team it's 0-0, go out there and play your heart out, leave everything on the floor. You know, every cliche you can come up with, you use it because it's true. The Mustangs, they need to have something to hang their hat on at the end of this game.
Yep.
And most likely it's not going to be the scoreboard.
Yep.
So you got to hang your hat on your effort and your heart and your determination. So go out there and leave it all out there.
Real quick, if you're Central, what do you do? You're up a lot.
I hate to even say this, but it's kind of a, step on the throat a little bit, get it to the running clock, and coast into the locker room. Let the bench players play the last 8 minutes or whatever. The running clock will happen if it's 40 points or more with 9 minutes to go. So if you're the Red Raiders, I think that's your goal, and you see who you're playing tomorrow night.
Absolutely. We'll see what both teams do out of the locker room. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Second half action coming at you next.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
Welcome back. Second half action here as Central up 42-9, coming out in this trap defense, as you had kind of talked about, Carl, a little bit here. Looks like they're going to keep the pedal to the metal. 3 here for Barthen. Overshoots the basket, and back down the court comes Jordan Davis.
Devon Fielding starting the second half. Johnny Davis starting on the bench.
Going up with his right. No go for Fielding, and back down the court. Here come Menomonie. At this point, if you're Menomonie, you're these players. I know you a couple seniors on here. They're going to play their last high school basketball game, Carl. What do you think's going through the mind of a few of those players?
Well, I still remember when I realized I was no longer going to be playing high school basketball, and it's a tough moment. It's an emotional thing. I always wanted to say I made my last shot. Turns out that wasn't the case, but you want to leave the gym making your last shot.
Nice bucket for Wurzel by Menomonie there on that last possession. Feddersen coming down after a 3 miss for Jordan Davis. And Menomonie now working the ball on the perimeter here with 16 minutes to go in this regional semifinal.
This game so far has been a tale of 3-pointers. Menomonie's missed a ton of open opportunities, and Central has made them. Yeah. They've barely missed any.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they're ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely been a killer here tonight for Menomonie. And going up
I love that move from Brock Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton with a nice bucket there. A little bit of a scoop.
Fake to the inside and roll back to the outside. Draw the foul on Charlie Misevich.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get the tools you need to get the job done right. O'Reilly's carries a full line of hand tools that come with a lifetime guarantee, and now's the time to shop during the DIY Days sale. Are you
having difficulty there, Nick?
Yeah, it caught me off guard, these darn reads. O'Reilly Auto Parts near you. They got a big sale going on, Carl?
Actually, their salesman came by our shop this morning. They've got some new sales on brake bundles, so deals on pads and rotors and things of that nature.
I will say that whenever honestly, I've had car troubles before, and if I ever want to do it myself, I go to Riley's Auto Parts and I figure out what I need there. They have a really great staff there that help you kind of figure out what the problems are, what's the best solution for you, and it's a good place to go if you're doing some fixing up of those automobiles.
One of their competitors is right down the street from where I live, so that's usually where I end up going, more out of convenience than anything. But
here comes Central. 42-14 your score with under 16 minutes to go here.
Still no sign of Johnny Davis. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I think he stepped out of bounds, and that's the case.
He did, but that was some really nice looking footwork there by Thompson. Maybe if he had been a little bit further away from the baseline there, but yeah, not seeing Johnny Davis here. I'd assume it's more rest than anything, preparing yourself for the next few rounds of competition, hopefully.
It almost looks like he's holding something onto his left thigh. It could be an ice pack or something. He went down kind of hard on that missed slam dunk. And I'm wondering if something was bothering him when he's, stopped for a moment in the locker room. Yeah. And they're just playing it cautious.
Down the court, here comes Thompson now with a little bit of a nice post maneuver there, Thompson.
Physically, that's not fair. Terrence Thompson's about 50 pounds bigger than Noah Feddersen. Yep. And he was able to just completely manhandle him down low.
Yeah, you like to see a big guy like Thompson able to kind of finesse their way to the basket, using the power, but then also having the proper footwork in order to get an open bucket. Barthen, that's a 3, and it's good for Wurtzen.
That's his first 3 of the night. Ethan Wurzel has 7 points to lead the Menomonie Mustangs. You got to figure if you're Matt Riley, not to be confused with Pat Riley, if you're Matt Riley, you're looking to get your seniors involved in tonight's game at this point.
Thompson will head to the line for 2, and
the Arterial Bar and Grill, a tradition in La Crosse. Their chef is cooking up
some sponsors. Citizen State Bank. Is it time to dump your bank? Well, then make the switch to Citizen State Bank and discover why they are considered one of the top banks in the nation and have one of the best cultures in the industry. It's Citizen State Bank, an experience like no other locations in Onalaska and La Crosse. I got some friends over at Citizen State Bank as well. They do a lot of great work in the community, on top of being a great place for you to manage your funds. Right?
Oh, good way to put it. You're quite the wordsmith, Nick.
I try. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Also, because I know how to use a laptop, too, I think is another reason why they decide to bring me in. 46-17 your score here, just under 14 minutes to go in the second half of competition. As that's Parker.
Oh, boy.
And again, that's a couple of overshot threes here, and Menominee's not shying away from them. They're doing everything they can to try to put some points up on the board. And I kind of wonder if anything, it might be actually say something, good about Central's defense in that they just really haven't been allowing Menomonie to get into the paint at all. Wow, what a board.
Oh, no. He did everything but make the shot. And Jordan Davis, you could see it in his face after he missed it. He couldn't believe it.
Here comes Menomonie now, and looking at the playoff matchup. Central presumably gets the W here tonight. They would take on either
New Richmond or
Medford. Yep, that's right.
Travel against the Mustangs.
Carl, looks like you might be looking up some of the scores tonight to see where we are with a couple of these
trying to see if anything has come around yet.
Other side of the bracket, we do have Onalaska Holman. Toma also going up against the 5-seed River Falls in Toma. Toma had the chance to call their finale against Logan. Toma is one of those teams where just play really, really good team ball.
The halftime score for New Richmond, gonna get a jump ball there. New Richmond, a 33-23 halftime lead over Medford. So 10-point lead there. Coming out of Matt Fry, the sports editor at the Star News in Medford.
Oh, that's a pretty credible
Found
source.
him on Twitter.
Going to the basket, Brecken Austin. And he will now go to the line. Just going to get all my reads in early, I guess. As Brecken Austin goes to the line, let's take a moment to thank Kish & Sons Electric. For over 65 years, Kish & Sons has been the area's trusted electrical contractor. The talented team of licensed professionals are ready to tackle any project, whether it's industrial, commercial, or residential. No job is too big or small. They can handle it all. Something like little Dr. Seuss in there. You write that one, Jesse?
This is Dr. Seuss week. You know that?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Call or visit their website for more information. Your friend in the business, it's Kish & Sons Electric.
Yeah, my daughter's school all had Dr. Seuss themed days. They had Crazy Socks Day for Fox and Socks.
Yeah, okay. And
they had Wacky Wednesday just because of all the wacky things that they could do. They had Hat Day for the Cat in the Hat.
Is that right?
Yeah, they had a good time over at Harry Spence Elementary.
Dr. Seuss just very instrumental, I know, in my childhood. And now anytime in my life, amongst me and really pretty much anybody in my age group, if something happens to accidentally rhyme, you always say,
you immediately think.
I just Dr. Seuss'd it. It's a common phrasing.
Good double team there, forced a turnover.
Yeah, that was good team defense there by Menomonie down the floor. Hollinger. And that's Barthen now.
And the senior Jed O'Jay into the game for the first time.
Looking for that three. I mean, he's got a pretty looking stroke, and he's been able to make a couple of those on the outside, but unable to connect there. And here comes Johnny Davis now, getting a lot of play time here with
Jordan Davis.
Johnny on the bench. Compton. And he will go to the line now for two.
Brock Thornton picks up his third foul.
gets the first one to go. Kind of talked about the future of the Central Red Raiders team. I mean, Noah Compton, Porter Protaski, a lot of great players.
Bennett Freed.
Yep, he's going to be a good player there too.
Devon Fielding.
Yeah, this is going to be a team that's going to be good for a few years here. Building a great program. Oh, what's that?
Oh, that was an alley-oop attempt that was far too strong. You could see Feddersen coming around the weak side, and it was the right idea, poor execution.
You imagine how, like, just down, 31 points and just, or 21 points and just going up there.
It's 31.
31.
Right
I can't do that. Just going up there on an alley-oop and just ramming one in.
It would feel good.
It'd be kind of cool.
It always feels good.
Oh.
I've gained about 50 pounds since I was last able to dunk a basketball. I don't think that would happen anymore. But it felt good when I could. Charlie Misevich getting on the board.
Misevich, the crowd been quiet here the past couple of minutes, coming unglued there for Misevich as he hit his first three of the night. Feddersen.
Nobody blocked out Noah Feddersen, and he gets a chance to hit some free throws. Looks like Noah Compton's going to pick up that foul. That's going to be his third. You got to credit Feddersen for not giving up on that one.
Feddersen heading to the line now, looking to put up 18 and 19 for the Menomonie Mustangs.
Nice soft touch on that free throw.
Terrence Thompson coming back into the game, as well as Devon Fielding.
I like the free throw stroke from the big man, the sophomore, Noah Feddersen. Speaking of the future, Noah Feddersen will be part of their future for sure.
Absolutely, and as the Mustangs take a break, we will take a break. You're watching the KQEG Game of the Week.
The Arterial Bar and Grill, a tradition in La Crosse. Their chef is cooking up specials every night. Try Wednesday, it's wing night. Get 5 giant wings for just $3 with 13 different homemade sauces to choose from. Thursday, try a gyro basket. And Friday, it's batter fried fish. Check out their Facebook page. Download the Untapped app on your phone for special events like tap takeovers and live music. Breakfast on Friday and Saturday at 8 a.m. and serving breakfast all day Sunday. The Arterial at 16th and Jackson, a tradition in La Crosse. Why not make it yours?
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter.
Hey, Dave.
Like giving Jeff his ladder back before he takes it back. Or where to put the food when you both get the groceries. Or the doggy door that just became a raccoony door. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your 2018 American Standard Building a Higher Standard Award winner. Call Carey today for your free estimate.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
Menomonie's outscored Central in the second half thus far, 10-9.
Really?
It was 42-9 at halftime.
Thompson unable to connect there, but powering his way to a board and another basket for Terrence Thompson.
He's got 17 points, leading the Central Red Raiders.
Just under 9 minutes now to go here in the second half of action.
And still no Johnny Davis. You got to figure his night is done.
Oh, yeah.
The question is he okay?
Well, it looks like he's just resting now. I don't necessarily see anything on his thigh anymore, so.
Maybe just a precaution. Oh, my. Who called the bank?
Hollinger, the bank's still open this late on a Friday night, making a deposit there. Probably never heard that one on a basketball broadcast.
You'll be here all night.
Oh, nice.
In amongst the trees, Devon Fielding, but good effort to keep that going.
Davis going back down to Thompson. Oh, and he was going up for the rim and getting fouled.
Smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah. Looking to slam that one down here. Running out of opportunities to do that here at Central High School. Thompson, just a multi-sport athlete. I remember Central's first football game this past year. I mean, big-bodied Thompson came out and ran a fly down the field and caught a touchdown pass from Johnny Davis, outran all of his defenders, and just really a wow factor athlete. He has a lot of just a lot of skill, but then a lot of that raw talent that you like to see on the court, on the field, wherever he's,
Well, you talk about raw talent. He never played football up until this year. I think Johnny and Jordan convinced him to play football. And how would you like to be able to have a 6'8" tight end to be able to throw to?
It kind of makes you wonder if he would have put more focus on football, if he'd be
a D1 recruit.
A D1 recruit.
He certainly has the athleticism.
Oh, yeah. He was a big part of Central's football season this year. A great blocker, a great pass catcher. That's a turnover there.
Is that Joe Barron catching that down in the corner, sitting by Todd Sommerfeld?
No.
Todd does a great job covering games for the newspaper.
Yeah, he does. Been in this area. I remember, growing up in this area, and I remember when I was first getting into broadcasting, I think I might have sent Todd Sommerfeld an email when I was like 13 years old asking for tips on how to get into the business. He didn't email me back.
Oh, see, I thought we were going to have a feel-good story, and you just completely stomped upon it.
You want to make something up? The foul there is Brecken Austin will go to the basket. Hollinger. No, didn't get an email back from him. I got an email back from 580's morning guy, Matt Scrady.
Oh, okay.
I did when he was on the Sports Exchange back in the day. Always been a local sports fan here, enjoying all the different coverage from all the different stations, including here at KQEG. Rick Wilson, one of my role models. I model my life after Rick Wilson. I hope to be like him when I grow up.
White-haired and bearded?
Yes.
We love you, Rick. That's why we can make fun of you.
Nice board there for Central. And it's just, it really does blow my mind, how they have all these great players that get a lot of attention throughout the area. We've already talked about this, but then, just fundamentally, they have a lot of really good guys that are coming up in the rank.
A little bit of an update, 15-point lead now for New Richmond in the second half. So it looks like New Richmond may be coming to La Crosse tomorrow night.
7 minutes to go here in this one. 34-point lead for the Red Raiders here, as there is a jumper by Thornton and unable to connect there. And
nice rebound by Bennett Freed.
Looks like Protaski now going to be checking into the game, and this is an opportunity again where some of these young players, once it's crunch time, might not be getting the playing time that they're seeing right now, but they're getting a lot of valuable experience out there on the court right now against, Menomonie. Like we talked about, they had a 2-10 record in their conference. They're not a bad team, though. They just kind of ran into a team that's just really rolling on all cylinders, especially at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I'm still doing my second half math, and it's a tie game.
Freed unable to get that one to go. Oh, and looking for a charge, I think there was Freed, maybe a little bit of a push off, and there's a bucket for Menomonie.
Dylan Becker gets his first bucket of the night.
And down the court here is Austin. Freed. I always love just seeing some of these young players out here. It just kind of excites you to see what they're going to be. From a couple years from now, we could be watching yet another a big recruit here on the floor. You never know.
Terrence Thompson now up to 20 points.
And another basket there from Menomonie.
Dylan Becker with 2 quick buckets.
And here comes Central. A little bit of back and forth now between a few of these backups, as Central has three players set to check in here.
They got 2 starters left on the floor, Brecken Austin and Terrence Thompson. Thompson working every inch of that low post.
Nice little, in and out. Brecken Austin with the 3 there. Great pass there by the Central Red Raiders, and we're going to get a timeout. And as we have a timeout on the floor, we'll take a timeout here for the KQEG TV Game of the Week. Your score, Central 61, Menomonie 26. Don't go anywhere.
The Arterial Bar and Grill, a tradition in La Crosse. Their chef is cooking up specials every night. Try Wednesday, it's wing night. Get 5 giant wings for just $3 with 13 different homemade sauces to choose from. Thursday, try a gyro basket. And Friday, it's batter fried fish. Check out their Facebook page. Download the Untapped app on your phone for special events like tap takeovers and live music. Breakfast on Friday and Saturday at 8 a.m. and serving breakfast all day Sunday. The Arterial at 16th and Jackson, a tradition in La Crosse. Why not make it yours? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so the Breakfast Club and Pub should be your #1 stop for breakfast or brunch. Try the Breakfast Pub Burger with egg, bacon, hash browns, and provolone cheese served up on a bun. How about some homemade corned beef hash or one of their famous tater tot dishes? They have a full bar, so have a Bloody Mary or mimosa. Try one of 16 beers on tap. The Breakfast Club and Pub at 214 Main Street, open every day till 4, under the yellow awning in downtown La Crosse.
Welcome back to the KQEG TV Game of the Week. Nick got in all of his reads and all of the commercial spots, and I know it's kind of breaking the fourth wall to say that, but it is a load off the shoulders when that happens on the broadcast, I'll tell you that much.
You know, I put the load on your shoulders. You said, what would you prefer to do, play-by-play or color? And I said, you know what, I've had a long week. Color's a little bit easier game.
Oh, looked like they were going for another alley-oop there.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's one of their set plays, it appears. So we got Peyton Fife, the senior.
Fife, that's right, yeah.
And number 32, Destin Woolley, 6'2" junior into the game. And then the rest of the guys you've met already.
Yep, on the other side for Menomonie, and looks like some heavy feet by a few of the players now. Obviously not too happy with how things have transpired here tonight. But again, looking on Central side, this is an opportunity where if you're watching this broadcast, you're going to get to see a few players that are probably going to be paying big minutes for them, especially over the next couple of years. Probably see a lot of comp in here throughout the playoffs this year. There's a 3, and it's good.
The senior Jed OJ gets his first points, and there are 4 seniors on this Menomonie team. Jed OJ, Davis Barthen, Dylan Boker, and Ethan Wurzel. And they're going to be playing their last high school game tonight, and you got to give them credit.
Well, Thornton going up there, a little bit of contact as he was going up for that breakaway layup, unable to connect, and down the floor come the Red Raiders here with just under 4 minutes to go in this semifinal as Central looking to host the next matchup tomorrow. I believe you had mentioned New Richmond.
Unless something turns around dramatically in that one, yeah, it will be New Richmond coming in here tomorrow night. The number 3 seed, Medford was the 6th seed.
And the winner of that game would then presumably go on to possibly face the number 1 seed on Alaska if they're able to get past
That
Holman
is
tonight.
the presumed matchup, but
they could also play Holman. Or they could play Toma.
Absolutely. But the presumed matchup
River Falls
is Thursday night at Logan High School.
Yep.
Central on Alaska. The rematch on Alaska has won the first 2 matchups this year. Central has historically won in the last few years over on Alaska, and on Alaska is waiting their turn.
Yeah, on Alaska kind of, I think a lot of people knew they were going to be a good team this year. I think being number 1 in the MVC and topping Central 2 times this year, that wasn't necessarily an expectation.
I don't think so, and I think a lot of people didn't realize how deep that on Alaska team was, and that's, I think, the difference between these 2 teams. We talked about this before we went on the air, that the Hilltoppers 1 through 7 is better than the Red Raiders 1 through 7.
Right.
1 through 3, the Red Raiders have the edge.
Yep.
Quinn Service makes 2 free throws.
That'll obviously be a big game next Thursday. We'll definitely be there if that
transpires.
Ends up being the contest.
We'll have it.
We'll likely be following any team, local team that makes it. There's a 3 there, Barthen.
That's Davis Barthen's second three-pointer.
If you are following us here, as Freed heads to the basket, we're going to get a travel, and he's looking for
extra step there.
A bucket here tonight. Now, if you're following us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to us or follow our other channel, KQEG TV and KQEG TV Sports. We bring live high school sports to you all year long: football,
basketball,
baseball,
racing.
We got a lot of live stuff. We also put other content on there for your viewing pleasure, local sports. Some of Jesse's awesome local commercials, I think, sometimes end up on there. He's shaking his head no. But just a great place to go to be notified of when we have upcoming games, and you get that little bell notification that, hey, KQEG TV's live, man. I got one this morning.
While I was sitting here, as you went live, I got the notification to my phone because, of course, I've subscribed to our channel.
I am as well. Yep, I got the notification about Aquinas.
Watched a little bit of that last night. The Aquinas girls winning over in Baraboo, and they'll be playing tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, excuse me. Nice move there. The first we've seen of Braden Kuiper, the senior guard, number 24. Grant Amundsen into the game, number 22. And I think that's everybody, yes?
Yep, we got under 2 minutes to go here. This game kind of rolling pretty quick. We're just past 8 o'clock here at Central High School in La Crosse.
Well, there haven't been a ton of fouls. There haven't been a ton of timeouts.
Yeah, it's kind of been a fast-paced, quick game. Boker.
Nice steal there by Amundsen.
Steal, yeah. Again, there's just another example that a lot of these bench players, that maybe don't see a lot of time on this Central Red Raiders offense would quite possibly play crucial minutes at different schools. They just happen to be going to Central High School. But, the fundamentals from top to bottom for a lot of these players are very good.
And fouling out of the game, Brock Thornton. He finishes his night with 5 points.
Yeah, the junior will be lacing
He'll be one of their leaders next year.
Menomonie next year, yep, that's right.
Grant Amundsen makes his first free throw. Oh, no, excuse me, a lane violation. So that's going to be wiped out.
You're trying to cross that out in
That's
pen.
a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer. As we are entering a minute here.
Davis Barthen knocks down another 3. He's got 9 points. Just under a minute to go.
And we're going to get a timeout here on Central side as the players head to the bench. And Carl, we talk about it a little bit. I guess we have the time to. Let's just presume. I know it's hard to get that far, but I think the teams have looked so good this year. Let's just presume that Onalaska and Central get to Logan next week. What do you think that Central has to do to overcome Logan? Because at this or Onalaska, because at this point, Onalaska has that edge.
They've got the 2 feathers in their cap of the 2 victories. I think one of the things that Central struggled with in both their matchups was they were a little bit sloppy, a little bit loose with the ball. They had some key turnovers. And the other thing was they got into a little bit of foul trouble. I remember Terrence Thompson got into some foul trouble in their matchup up in Onalaska, and that changed the scope. Now, granted, on the other side, Gavin McGrath got into some foul trouble, and that kind of came out in the wash a little bit, but got to wonder how Gavin McGrath's ankle is doing. He's been nursing a bum ankle, so that'll be a bit of an X factor as well. A couple of free throws there for Jackson Warren.
40 seconds to go here in this one. As
going to get a substitution timeout for Menomonie. They're going to keep things moving along, but just want to get some clean shirts in, and good round of applause for all of the Mustang seniors taking a seat for the final time.
Yeah, they came in here with some high hopes. Didn't have the best regular season, but again, we talk about it, and at the end of the game, you know, it's a 30-point game, but there were definitely some opportunities for Menomonie to make a game out of it. They had some open shots, so don't let the score fool you. Central's just a really good team. It's hard to keep up with the amount of talent that they have. 2 future Badgers. I mean, a lot of great young players as well. It's pretty difficult. Here's Hollinger.
We'll hit some of the substitutes for Menomonie. Number 23, Trevin Cresson, the junior, 5'11". Cole Finetti, a 6'2" junior. Number 24. Number 40 is a 6-foot junior, Chase Graff. And number 15 is a 5'8" junior, Zach Etzbach. Did I miss anybody? No, the number 20 is Logan Hollinger. He's been in. And a 10-second violation
you don't
against.
see that a lot.
You know, that's going to be one of those moments that, even though the game was already decided, that's going to bother Todd Fergutt, I can tell.
And you've been I don't know if anybody's been noticing, but Fergutt's been really coaching these kids out that are playing right now. He hasn't taken a moment to sit down and relax at all. He's been coaching his team and all these players the entire time, regardless of the score of the game, and it's the stuff you like to see, but if you're a player, you're kind of like, oh no.
Yep, we're going to be running extra sprints on Monday.
And your finals live, it is Central 65, Menomonie 35. Central with the big W here. We'll head to the next round, the sectionals here in the WIAA 2020 Boys Basketball Tournament. They will either face number 3 New Richmond or number 6 Medford. Last update, New Richmond did have a sizable lead in the second half, so we will definitely do our best to keep you posted there. But otherwise, expect us to cover some more Central basketball action tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the tip-off for that game. On the other end, again, expect some updates here on Alaska and Holman going toe-to-toe.
Last I saw, Alaska was up 40-14, so that was my presumption is Alaska is going to win that one.
Alaska likely heading to sectionals to face either number 4 Toma or number 5 River Falls. And once again, we will be at Logan next Thursday, 7 o'clock tip-off for that, pending one of our local teams making it to that stage, which at this point, something we're hoping for because we love bringing that basketball action to you, Carl.
Absolutely.
I believe you have some end-of-game stats for us.
I do. For the Menomonie Mustangs, leading scorer there, 9 points for Davis Barthen, the senior, 7 for Ethan Wurzel, another senior, 5 for Brock Thornton, 4 for Dylan Boker, who is also a senior. Jed Oj, 3 points for the senior there, 3 for Logan Hollinger, and 2 for Noah Feddersen. For the Red Raiders, leading Central, Terrence Thompson had 20 points. Johnny Davis had 16. All of those in the first half. He did not play in the second half. 14 points for Jordan Davis, also all in the first half. He was out there for a good chunk of the second half, but did not score. Brecken Austin had 7. 3 for Charlie Masevich, 2 for Jackson Warren, and 1 for Noah Compton. And, you know, I was tracking it throughout the second half. The Menomonie Mustangs, they made the game 0-0 at halftime, and they won the second half.
Wow.
If there's anything to hang your hat on, that's it. It was 26-23 in the second half. So if you're Menomonie, that's what you go home looking at.
Central, what do? You got a big game tomorrow, obviously. You head into the locker room for Todd Fergutt. What do you tell your team to gear them up, get them excited for tomorrow night's match?
You got to get your energy back up. It was kind of a lackadaisical second half. They coasted to a victory, and they got to come back out here tomorrow night and hit the ground running like they did to start this game. It was 21-2 before anyone could blink. And the Red Raiders need to do that tomorrow night against presumably New Richmond.
Last but not least, Carl, I got to make sure that KQEG is getting their money's worth. Player of the game tonight.
For Menomonie, I'm going to give it to Davis Barthen. He was their leading scorer tonight, but he was contributing on both ends of the floor, and he tried to keep him in it early. He had open three-pointers. They didn't go down, but he got a couple more later in the game. For the Central Red Raiders, I loved what I saw out of Terrence Thompson tonight. His presence on the boards. We talked about how Central can win the game with rebounding, and Terrence Thompson really manhandled a lot of guys around him. And he put up 20 points leading the Red Raiders, so I'll give it to Terrence Thompson. Yeah, it was easy to give it to the leading scorers, but realistically, that's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for Carl Greenfield, Jesse Von Ruden on camera, I'm Nick Ragnar. The fans still waiting here at Central High School for their team to come out on the floor and congratulate them on a well-earned regional win. We will be here again tomorrow for some more basketball action. Again, stay tuned to KQEG TV for all your high school playoff basketball action throughout the tournament. I'm Nick Ragnar. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time right here on KQEG TV.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Today's game featured the Menomonie Mustangs and the Central Red Raiders. The stream of our game was made possible through the generosity of Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists on Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. Today's game is also sponsored by Schumacher Kish, Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture. Quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Citizen State Bank, a banking experience like no other, with locations in La Crosse and Onalaska. Kish & Sons Electric, industrial, residential, commercial. Kish & Sons Electric, your electrical contractor. The Breakfast Club and Pub on Main Street in downtown La Crosse. Breakfast with a flair. O'Reilly's Auto Parts, better service, better parts at an O'Reilly's near you. The Arterial Bar and Grill at 6.